Hello 11th class. This is your revision of chapter 7 data handling, and this revision is divided in two parts. So this is your part 1. So here now the first term is what is data type. So data types are the classification or the categorization of the data item. Data type represent a kind of value which determines what operation can be performed on that data. So data type can be number, string, list, dictionary, tuple, etc. So first, that is built-in core data type. Now in built-in core data type there are 5 types, that is numbers, string, list, tuple and dictionary. So first one is the numbers. So number data type are used to store numeric values in Python, that is integer. So integer has the signed value, that is positive or the negative value. Boolean has true or false value. Now next is floating point number. Now third is the complex number, that is a plus b iota. Next is str. Str is a function that is convert a value to string. For example, if str is false, then the result will come in single quote false. So it is converted in string. Next is string. So basically a string, that is a sequence of characters, and each character can be individually accessed using its index. And this index is called the subscript. This is called the subscript. So here in Python, this is the forward indexing 0, 1, 2, and this is the backward indexing, this -1, -2. Okay. Now next is a list. So the list that represent a list of comma separated value of any data type between the square bracket. Okay, whatever the thing that lie in square bracket is a list and it is separated by the comma. Next is tuple. So tuples are those lists which cannot be changed. Okay, list can be changed but tuples cannot be changed. It is represented as comma of separated value of any data type within parentheses. So but whatever you are writing in parentheses, it is tuple and the value of tuple cannot be changed. Now next is dictionary. So dictionary is an unordered set of comma separated key value pair within curly bracket. So no two key can be same. So here the variable is vowel and this is the inverted comma. So this A is the key and 1 is the value. It's E is the key and 2 is the value, and this is a string because it is in single quote. Now if you will write vowels A, so it will give you 1. Now next is mutable and immutable type. So what is immutable type? So immutable type are those that can never change their value in place. For example, this is an integer. Integer, floating point number, boolean, string and tuple are its type. For example, if the value of p is 5, q is p and r is 5. So p is equal to 10, r is equal to 7 and q is equal to r. So it will give 5 comma 5 comma 5. When you will print the value of this p, then it will give you 5 5 5. Okay, but when you give this, when you write this, then the value get changed. Next is mutable type. So the mutable type are those whose value can be changed in place. Okay, so there are 3 types of mutable in Python, that is list, dictionaries and sets. Now next is a variable internals. So variable internals that will tell the type of the data. Okay, that is, it is an object oriented language, so it calls every entity that store any values or any type of data as an object. So in this, everything is stored in the form of object. So this object has certain properties and the type of behavior. So all data or values are referred to as object in Python. Similarly, we can see that a variable is also an object that refer to a value. So in Python there are three key attributes, that is type, value and ID. So the type of an object that returns the type of the object. The value of an object, it is just by using the print statement it can display the value of an object. Now ID of an object, so it refers to the memory location of the object. Now the next is the operator. So these are the operators, that is arithmetic operator, comparison operator, assignment operator, logical operator, bitwise operator, membership operator, identity operator. Now the first one is the arithmetic operator. So arithmetic operator are very simple, that is plus, minus, subtraction, division. Okay, modulus and the exponent. Modulus means it will give you the remainder and exponent means it will give you the power. This is the float division. So the division of the operands where the result is the quotation in which the digits after the decimal point are removed. But if one of the operands is negative, the result is float, that is rounded away from 0 towards the negative infinity. For example, if you will, this is an integer number and you are float division by 2, so it will give you 4. Now next is a float number, so it will give you float. Now next is minus 11 float division 3, so it will give you minus 4. Next is minus 11.0 float division 3, so it will give you minus 4.0. Next is Python comparison operator. So these operators compare the value on either side of them and decide the relation among them. So they are also called the relational operator. Next is, these are the relational operator, that is equal to. Next is not equal to. This is less than equal to. This is less greater than. This is less than equal to. So these operators are very simple. I hope these are clear. These are clear to you. So next is a Python assignment operator. So in this is assignment operator. So whatever value you are writing, that assign value from the right side operand to left side operand. This is a plus equal to. So if you will write this C plus equal to A, so it will give it will same. It will be like C is equal to A, C plus A. Next is minus equal to. So it will write it as this, means C is equal to C minus A. Now next is a Python assignment operator. So this is multiply equal to, divide equal to, percentage equal to, modulus, that is modulus equal to. Next is power, perform the exponential. Next is the float division. Okay. Next is the Python bitwise operator. So bitwise operator that works on the bits and performs bit by bit operation. Assume if A is equal to 60 and B is equal to 30. So now in binary format, they will be as follows. A will be written as this, B will be written as this. So this is the Python bitwise operators. That is the AND operator. This is a symbol AND. This is a symbol OR. This is XOR. This is binary ones complement. Now the logical operators. So this is AND, OR and NOT are the logical operator and it will give you the result in form of Boolean, either true or false. Now first one is a OR operator. So OR operator is of two uh, we use OR operator by two ways, that is relational expression as operand and numbers of string or list as operands. So first is a relational expression as operand. So in this it is a truth table. When the value of x is false, y is false, it will give you false. If the value of x or y, anyone is holding true value, so the result will be true. Next is a numbers or strings or list as operand. So in an expression x or y, if list operand has a false, then it returns the second operand y as result. Okay. If it is false, then it will give you the result as y. Okay. If the x is true, then the result is x. And operator, it is also we use it as two ways, that is relational expression as operand and numbers of string or list as operand. So first is the relational expression as operand. So in this, if the value of x is false, then it will give you false. If the value of both x and y true, then only it will give you true, otherwise it will give you false. Next is the numbers of string or list as operand. So in this statement, if the value of in an expression x or y, if the first operand has the false value, then it will return the value, it will return the second operand x as a result. Okay, if the value is true, then it will give you the result as y. So it is the opposite of or. Next is the not operator. It is the unary operator and it works on the single operand. It reverses the truth value of the expression if x is false, then return true as result, else false. Next is the Python membership operator. So Python membership operator tests for the membership in a sequence such as strings, list or tuples. So there are two membership operators, that is in and not in. In will evaluate if it finds a variable in the specified sequence and false otherwise. Not in, it will evaluate to true if it does not find a variable in the specified sequence and false otherwise. Python identity operator. So identity operator compare the memory locations of two objects and return true or false accordingly. Next is Python identity operator. So these are the Python identity operator, is and is not. So is A is B, it will write as A is B. It will return true if both its operand are pointing to the same object, and otherwise it will return false. So is operator, that is compare with object, that both the object will hold the same. Both the operand are pointing to the same object. Okay, and equal to, it will check the equality of the variables. And A is not is opposite of A is B. So this equality and the identity operator. So the reason behind this behavior is that there are a few cases where Python creates two different objects that others store the same value. So these are input of strings from the console, very big integers, writing, floating point number and the complex number. Okay. Now you have to learn the operator precedence. Precedence, that is first parenthesis will be solved, then exponential, bitwise NOR, positive, negative, unary operator, then bitwise AND, then bitwise XOR, bitwise OR, then the comparison operator will get solved, then the logical operators. Okay, and next is the expression. So an expression in Python is any valid combination of operators, literals and variables. So an expression is composed of one or more operation. Okay, so these are the types of operation, that is arithmetic, relational, logical, string, example and plus then it will return you and then without any space. And if you will write and multiply by 2, so it will give you 2 time and. Okay, so this is the strings, this is the concatenation, plus symbol is a concatenation and this is a multiplication. Okay, so I hope the revision of this chapter is clear now. So you have to see the previous videos and learn the Python programs also. Okay, so I hope it is clear now. So thank you and have a nice day.